Rakan coming in from Polu. I feel like this is a much more playable lane for the side of Nongshim. That being said, MF Rakan still is going to have more pressure in those early levels because especially the sustain from the Rakan Q and the poke from the MF. But, you know, I think Nongshim, I like their draft a lot, but the laning phase is really what they have to endure. If they get through a lane, I think they're in a very comfortable spot, and bro, they can make out of it.
Well, Lehens is looking for an angle here as he flashes. I'm not sure about that one. There's the Battle Dance hype already down to 200 though as Lehens dives forward. Gee, one more auto and there it is. First blood over to Nongshim.
Hoping to put Kingin in a better situation. You know, we talked about the top lane. Oh no. That's so big actually. Unless you're really getting the Shione out of the game, might not be enough. Now, we do see them setting up for these grubs, and Closer does have ult advantage over Fisher. And Fisher's very close though. Look great. If not the end of the world. I think not fighting it is the right call given how Fisher just hit level 6 now, and Closer has him trapped in lane, had it for a while.
And they have to sack a full lane.
This dragon.
Yeah, Ellen hitting level 6 here as Morgan in trouble to the skies. Does have flash available, is going to have to use it.
You get the flash good, and especially if you end up in a longer...
Oh dear, there's the cocoon, and Polo is just dead. As the auto attack, the ignite was already ticking. 2 kills on the Ezreal are the biggest deal. Not really spelling too much when it comes to advantages, as speaking of which, Kingin trying to grab one here. Just going to get booped away by Morgan's hammer. There's the flash though as Gideon follows up, and that is going to be some feats of warfare here for Nongshim as they grab to find. Gideon going to move over here, and it looks like LM going to need to exit unless Lehens finds himself in an odd spot. He does go up into the sky, but what goes up must come down, and Itsy Bitsy Spider is well and truly crushed. Still, these grubs going to head over towards Nongshim. That is 3 apiece. And all right, another Glacial Prison flying out here as Polo going to have to try and battle dance his way out. Does flash as Lehens looks for it, finds the last auto there in human form.
The targets, like, who are you really going to be able to pick off? Yeah, oh, this is bad.
You might be able to pick off Morgan if you're Nongshim, and that's what they're going to do as the Permafrost comes in, and there was nowhere for him to go. Decides not to use the flash, and I do not blame him. As Nongshim also able to defend this outer turret towards the bottom lane, or can they? As Cocoon is going to connect! A lot of damage there from Closer in return, but Lehens just goes up into the sky. Lehens just seems to know exactly where to be. As Ellen is just going to fall straight into the Cocoon. So much damage from the Elise. And Lehens is able to pick up that kill with the last tick of the Cloud Soul so far for this season. That would be absolutely absurd.
You could start to it.
It would be beautiful. As Lehens not going to find the Cocoon as Hype taking a lot of damage here. Gideon super tanky, but still has to Arctically Assault away. The Dragon continuing to take some damage, but does reset. We're going to have to try and get themselves out of there as Fisher doesn't have ulti, but still looking for an opportunity. A cease and desist. They dive on top of Gio. The Ezreal lasts for quite a while. Both AD carries going to go down, though. And Nongshim now on the warpath. Kingin. He is somewhat immune as he's pulling that circle around, but I don't think he's going to survive for too much longer as Polu dashes out of there. The AoE damage is gigantic, though, and Closer can't get in there to do it. Nongshim. Hextech.
The thing is...
Oh, no, Morgan. We've seen this one before. This time he's going to elect to flash. Does have the phase rush there as well.
Yes, and Lehens, well...
is a jungler, I guess.
He... He could be, you know, in another life.
Well, there's 4 people coming down here from Bro, but I just don't know whether they're going to get here in time. There's a Permafrost, and he's dead. And now the rest of the Bros will turn up saying, Morgan, you just needed to wait a couple of seconds.
What? Nongshim just have 2 junglers now, apparently, you know.
As it turns out.
You would assume if they're taking Riptile on the top side that, you know, they need their jungler there.
Oh, Lehens doing what he does best, which is driving Shelly. W, so means that you can really get that Permafrost stacked up, as Morgan is going to do what he's been doing really well in this game so far, as that Cocoon was way better than all the other ones Lehens threw out.
These fools have fallen for our trap of winning game 1 with good picks.
Lehens actually caught out this time around. He does get on top of this ward. That was very cute. Still really ran with it.
Yeah.
All the way down. Lehens is going to do it again. Kingin's going to move over, but I don't know whether he's going to be helping out. He goes up, but then he does immediately go down, and Kingin may have actually just bought into it. He goes down at the same time, and the number that Beryl had when he won that game. Morgan looking for an inner turret. That is going to really help even out this gold. Voracious Artican is just going to go down, though.
Yeah.
There's some extra lives now available for Nongshim, but in trade for a Hextech Dragon?
The thing is, the second Hextech Dragon, if this was the third Dragon, I think it's a lot more meaningful. But
if anyone's squishy, they are just going to die. And you can see Kingen, he's pretty squishy. Glacial Prison flying in here as they're ignoring the turret. Fisher looking for Polu. They will be able to take him down. The bottom lane just eliminated as Kingen trying to keep the rest of them busy. Remember, he can just go back to
HP, Limis, and Fisher.
Yeah, I think Fisher may be dead here as he looks to try and get on top of Closer. Does do a fair bit of damage before he does.
And this kind of just gives space, but they're looking now.
Yeah, Lahens gets into Spider form, but immediately the Glacial Prison follow-up is going to be there. Elam gets himself out. Closer misses a few buttons, and now Kingen looking for an angle. The Needlewalk flies in. He's taking a lot of turret damage, though, and he just gets blown up. I'm not sure about that one from Kingen. But that's two turrets that they're going to get for this as well. As the inner does fall down at the same time. They think that they've caught Lahens, but Gideon in the area. And the Yone taking a Hexgate over, but Gideon running the wrong direction. This is so awkward. Still, Morgan's going to fall down. Jiu going to be turning up, and Hype takes so much damage. Jiu, can you do it? He does. He flashes forward. Arcane Shift going to be up very, very soon, and that is a beautiful cue there, the Vault Breaker from Elam, just to destroy Lahens.
Oh, the TP from
They
close to
think
get out.
they've lined him up, though, as Jiu finding more and more of these Mystic Shots. Kingen teleported in. Yeah, they've got so much damage. It is absolutely absurd. True Shot Barrage flying in there, and there's the knock-up. Okay.
Yeah.
I personally think that I won, although I did mess it up as well.
I had this genius idea of putting Chovy top lane. Never before comprehended or considered.
No one predicted that.
Yeah.
That knock-up not going to connect, but now Jiu offering some damage over. Oh, Elam, he's not quite tanky enough, but the prison is not going to land. They're still on the Baron. It's going down, and Gideon locks that one up. Nongshim successful disengage.
This guy. We've pushed bot. Is there another lane we're not thinking about?
Oh, 2 out of 3 is pretty good, though.
I mean, in fairness, it does buy, if they give it the top inhib, if they accept the fact that maybe we're going to lose it anyway.
That tower evaporated. There is so much damage on this spot as they do go for the engage. Ulti from Closer is good damage. Lahan's almost just straight up dead, but Closer also following suit. The Needlework flying in. Hype just almost disintegrates without being able to do too much.
The bulk of the damage just seemed to not really do much to this front line of Nongshim, and now they're looking for more.
Yeah, Kingen does get engaged on here. Cease and desist flies forward. Efficient just executes Hype. Morgan now down to about 100, and this Yone is doing so much work. Jiu now getting rid of Polo, and it looks like these Nexus turrets are next to fall. True Shot Barrage doesn't take down the Rakan, but the Nexus is sure to fall.
Counter-strike, but Kingen immediately slams the Gangplank, and we saw this matchup be very GP favored during the LCK Cup, and Kingen definitely going to be comfortable here. So now I feel like Nongshim, they have this dive composition. You're gonna see the Varus struggle. Hype's gonna have a bad time. The top lane matchup's bad. It is really about this Neferi LeBlanc duo taking over, getting a lead. He's already 5 gold up.
Oh my goodness! And Lahan's already hitting the first hook. Duskbringer gonna get the flash out of Polu.
And Alistair just mitigate that a little bit, but this should be like favored towards Bro in the bot lane. But now with Polu getting chunked a bit, losing that flash, I think Nongshim feeling a lot more confident in their bot lane 2v2. The 1v1 lane going well, there could be danger.
Ooh, Chain's going to connect here as Fisher does have the orb, but Elam turns up so much damage here. It isn't going to hit it.
We saw Fisher play it in the mid lane, but it kind of felt like this is the sort of champion where...
Owie. Okay, we do have a Nocturne coming down towards his bottom side. Hype immediately flashing to get himself out of the way. But remember, Polu doesn't have his. He had to use his flash at level 1, and that should mean First Blood goes over to Gideon. And I do like that they give the kill to him. He doesn't have his flash available, but does have a few wards in his comes on over. That should mean that only 1 grub will go over to Bro this time. Nongshim well and truly in the driver's seat still. Despite the fact that this Nongshim backing away as Morgan is making his way in. That's a lot of Counter-Strike value as Gideon going to get headbutted over. Does have the paranoia, puts up the shield, looks to try and get himself out of here. But in goes Elam. Oh my goodness, they do manage to take down 2. The mid-jungle just eviscerated from Nongshim's side. And Bro pushing for even more. Already here in favor of Nongshim. This should be 3 of them going over. So 5 grubs for Nongshim is fantastic.
Just building it up.
That's only with 3 assists as well, as the kills went to exactly where they needed to go. The Grandmaster's Might coming on in here as Polu is set up. Elam also in the area. Lahen's trying to make his way around, but there's the flash out by Polv. Cannon Barrage goes down as Elam dives in. calls the hounds. Polo does have the ulti running, so he's going to be able to keep himself alive, and the minion wave just barely in range. With this lead that they've had for quite some time.
But it has stagnated, and you know what that makes me think?
It's time for a fight. As Lehens is walking, then he's splashing, then he's hooking, but the chains are still going to land. The dogs are well and truly out as the cannon barrage comes down. There's the paranoia. They dive into the backline as Hype is the target, and he's eliminated. Jiu now looking for Closer, whose health bar is very low. The flash forward, and that's going to secure it. And now Nongshim just wanting to clean up. Fisher moves down. He's got the Orb. The Nefiri manages to pick up one of them, but 1v2, I just don't know whether he's going to be able to win this battle. Gideon still chasing after him. When this dog gets some of these buttons back, I think he's still going to be pretty scary, but Gideon's going to move forward. I don't know about this one.
Oh, the fear?
Yeah, the fear just going to try and be avoided. There's the shockwave.
That was leading the top lane. 100 gold now.
Yeah, Parlay pretty good at just getting accidental gold. And Kingan's also just slurping up minion wave after minion wave. This is what happens. So one more and it's Soul Point and it's Mountain Soul as well. That'll be lights out. Bro really need to get an advantage and fast in this game.
Jiu has got 2 items. He's
oh no! Hype presented himself on the map, and he is now dead. Nongshim now looking for even more, as it is going to be the Rift Herald secured by LM. He collects the eye at the same time, but can he stay alive? That's the question. Killer Instinct from Jiu is insane, but he's still able to survive. The depth charge flying forward. Good knock up there as LM utilizing that mobility to get himself around. 2-man pulverize here from Polo is getting fantastic use of the shield. The unbreakable will is there, but unfortunately the body will still break. Jiu gonna collect that one. LM goes down as well, and Nongshim, oh no, we said our little break that we had, and I bought my nephew a little Gromp, and the Gromp toy is adorable, and this is not so much as Closer went in, and he tries to get out, does have to use the flash, but is going to escape, and Void Seeker actually blocked by the clone.
They don't have these tools. Hype can play the game.
Well, he might be able to. We'll see whether the Otacon is going to be taken before that happens, though, because there's not a lot of vision. Teleport comes in. Oh my god, the AoE is absurd! Polu dead before anything even starts, and now they've got Otacon. Chains of Corruption flies in. Morgan trying to do what he can. Fish is still alive. He eventually does get recalled, but now Jiu's going completely ballistic. He will be sent back, but Kingin, he,
the getaway!
Yeah, he can't actually hit him because he's inside a Rift Herald that's running the wrong direction. And Closer just chains him up. Might be a bit of damage onto this turret, but that was very cute use of the disengaged Rift Herald.
So slick.
That was very, very cute. We're going to have a look at it again as he does manage to take down Hype. Take down Jiu and then straight into the Rift Herald. Save me, and he does.
Does a little plug
himself. And there is a Mountain Drake that's up and available, but Nongshim look like they want to take an inhibitor turret first. There's the paranoia. They find him one more time. Hit by the combo, gorgeously executed, but can they win the ensuing fight? That's the question, as Jiu is going to be obliterated. That's the cow going down as well. Lehens from the grave manages to land an anchor, and you can see Gideon knows that there's no way out. Kingan's there, though. Look at this guy. Trial by fire just sets Closer on fire, in fact. As now Gideon looking to try and escape. That is going to be Nefiri taking him down. And now the Pirate is a little bit in the wrong place, potentially at the wrong time. Eats some oranges correctly that time, but does have to recall.
But Bro are coming to try and contest this.
Yeah, a lot of vision available here as Closer dives in. Gio almost just dead straight up. But the Baron is just taken. Level 16 now for Fisher as well. How about Pulp going to be avoided completely as Gideon dives in on top of Closer. Polu going to get a little bit scared. Jiu doesn't have flash, so he was dead. Fisher is also going to suffer the same fate because he also didn't have flash. And so keeping a few of these Barons alive is going to be Nongshim's best bet. Might be time to take their first turret of the game, unless Gideon decides that he wants to kill LM instead. He's pretty scary, but maybe not scary enough as LM just turns it around. Oh my god, the cannon barrage damage right on top of Hype. Closer also.
Really glad we're seeing Nefiri do things, because I feel like if people haven't really been watching the LPL,
well, Closer may not be able to do things here, as he does get the flash, does utilize his flash. Actually, now he's going to try and go for some jukes. Let's see what's going to happen here. It looks like he might get shot with a pistol.
I've seen Civ HD pull this off.
Oh my god, that's a throw. Will be coming in relatively soon as LM throwing out some daggers towards Lehens, but Lehens not going to be too worried about it. And Nongshim, okay, here it is, the combo once again, this time hitting onto 2. Both of the bottom lane members as Gio, Killer Instinct indeed. And there goes the cow as well. Hype did that thing where he was on vision of the enemy team again. That's the question. We've got both Nexus turrets, both under fire. Morgan, you're going to need to be the hero. The health bars are getting lower as in goes LM King and going to be his target, but he flashes away. He's surviving for the moment. Gideon flashes out as well. Fisher at full health, the double kill comes on through, make it a triple as LM's going nuts. Fisher finds it, the clockwork wind up, and now it's his turn to get some multi-kills. There's a triple for the Orianna, and Polo,
he's having a rough one right now.
And we might have another team fight as once again, Hype is dead. Oh no, never mind. He takes a little while longer to die this time. Fisher down to 50%. The hook is going to catch him out of the distortion. Gorgeous play there from Lehens once again as Geo Killer Instinct right on top of the Jax. Goes golden, avoids the counter-strike, and LM, it's only him and his top laner that are left alive. Nongshim looking for even more. A flash forward from Lehens, because why not? If the F button is available, you press it. And now Gideon and Fisher are done with this series. They're looking to take down this Nexus to start off their LCK season with a 2-0 against the Bros. There goes the Nexus. And